4 weeks of NFL football are in the books, and we have, a good chance, to redeem ourselves, to gain any sort of reputation back, because week 4 was bad. Why are the glasses off? Because I must have been blind. I must have been worse than blind in week 4. 7 right, 6 wrong. A bad performance in week 4. We have a chance to redeem ourselves. There's Sunday Night Football. Obviously, the Packers are going to win. There's Monday Night Football, Jets, Dolphins, Bengals, Broncos. Maybe we go 10-6. That sucks. 10-6 sucks. What are we doing, right? Bad week. A lot to talk about. We're going to pretend week 4 didn't happen. We're on to week 5. And in week 5, we start off with a tough one. If you're not a genius like me, listen, we went 7-6. Our overall record is still decent. Not where we want to be. 43-18 on money line. I want to get better. The glasses are on. Game number 1, Thursday Night Football, divisional matchup. 49ers, Rams. Let's see. The Rams had a tough matchup against Indianapolis. Indiana Jones. Ba-da-ba-ba. And the Rams secured me the bag. They got me the win in a tough matchup. Good job. Puka Nacua, 12 catches, 170 yards and a tutty. Devontae Adams involved in the red zone. This guy's going to have monster games moving forward. So the Rams, they made me happy. Now the 49ers had one job. Jacksonville Jaguars. Brock Purdy's back. And they lose? What are we doing? How many turnovers are we going to have? How are you going to allow Trevor Lawrence to look like Clemson Trevor Lawrence? That's the question. Now this game is in LA. NFC West battles always get a little bit weird. The Rams are 3.5-point favorites. The Rams were just 3.5-point favorites, and they covered. I'm going LA here at home. The Rams are undefeated in my eyes. Why? I'm an Eagles fan. I am. And it was a bad week. 7-6, and look at the shirt. Penn State. Bad. Don't even get me started. But listen. Los Angeles should have beat the Eagles. Blocked field goal, I get it. Eagles, great. Mickey Mouse. It was Mickey Mouse in my eyes. They should have lost, but they win. The Rams are one of the best teams in the NFC. Their offense is elite. Puka Nacua's thumb injury should not hinder him moving forward. This guy is going to have a monster day on Thursday Night Football on a short week. Give me the Rams to cover the spread. Game number 2. You head overseas. Vikings. Browns. It's in London. Now, this is a Vikings away game. Vikings were on the road in Ireland. The Pittsburgh Steelers put them on a leash and dog walked them. Don't let the final score deceive you. 24-21. The Steelers did their best. They tried hard to sabotage and lose the game. I don't know what Mike Tomlin was doing, but luckily, the Steelers' defensive line gave Carson Wentz fits. He was doing his best Sam Darnold impression. He was seeing ghosts, and man, oh man, this guy was in a graveyard. Now, if the Steelers' defense, which averaged 30 points allowed the first 2 games of the year, gave Carson Wentz that much of an issue, what do we think Myles Garrett's going to do? What do we think this Cleveland Browns defensive rush is going to do to the Vikings' banged up, makeshift offensive line? That's a big storyline to watch in this game. When they pressure Carson Wentz, and we saw this in Dublin, Ireland, Carson Wentz will make risky, I'm not going to say bad, he will make risky decisions. And that could hurt. Now, Joe Flacco went 16 of 34, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I don't know how long the leash is here for Joe Flacco. I really don't. It might be it's concerning. I'm a Flacco fan. It's concerning here. The Vikings are 4.5-point favorites. They just failed to cover 2.5 points versus the Steelers, and they were favored in that game, so they lost, so it was bad. I think you should bet on the Browns to cover the 5-point spread. But I'm going Vikings. Why? Again, Eagles fan. Carson Wentz, MVP, 2017. He's good. Carson Wentz is good. But be warned. If Kevin O'Connell, the quarterback whisperer, he's going to have to put on a different hat. Do I have a hat near me? I don't have a hat, but I'm KOC. What am I doing right now? Hello? GM? Sign Trent Williams. Trade for him now. They better go out there and get some guys to protect Carson Wentz or they will lose this game. Give me Minnesota, 9:30. Hopefully there's no healthy scratches like Jalen Warren in Dublin. Raiders at Colts. The Raiders. What happened? I chose the Bears for the upset in Las Vegas. And the Bears pulled it off. The Raiders looked bad. Geno Smith had 100 passing yards. I don't know how Geno Smith had 2 passing touchdowns because he only had 100 passing yards. Bowers, 5 catches, 12 fantasy points. Nobody's good, bro. Like, this Raiders team, don't be deceived. This is Ashton Genty's offense finally. They finally realized that Genty had 3 touchdowns, 2 through the air, 1 through the ground. But Indiana Jones. Dun, 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 dun. Listen, Indiana Jones and the Colts beat the Rams. If we're going to say the Rams should be undefeated and should have beat the Eagles, the Colts should have beat the Rams. Again, the Colts, Adonai Mitchell, what is he thinking? Okay, I almost just did the bobbling impression with the first thing I grabbed, and it's a full jar of hand. That could have been risky. It could have been bad, bro. Could have had the setup could have been cooked. Now, Indiana Jones actually didn't look that bad from my eyes against a very tough Los Angeles Rams defense. It's a bounce-back game right here for Jonathan Taylor. Bounce-back game right here for Michael Pittman, who actually had a solid game with a touchdown pass. And Tyler Warren just continues to impress. Can we get Josh Downs involved? Josh Downs is averaging 3 catches a game for 20 yards. Let's see what Indiana Jones can do right here. Looking at the spread of this game, Colts are favored by a touchdown. And I actually think that's fair. I'm going Colts to cover. Broncos at Eagles. Haven't seen the Broncos yet on Monday Night Football. Broncos should beat the Bengals. You have the Eagles as 4.5-point favorites. I think the Buccaneers would beat the Broncos right now. And the Buccaneers just lost by a tutty to the Eagles. I think the Eagles cover this 4.5 points. I think that A.J. Brown has some soul searching to do. A.J. Brown took to Twitter. Again, he 9 targets for A.J. Brown. Catches 2 passes. Devontae Smith catches 2 of 2 targets. So both these receivers, again, you can't predict who's going to score fantasy points. Don't even get me started. Go check out True Fantasy Review, the fantasy football channel. Please subscribe. You guys will not regret it. Great fantasy advice over there. But A.J. Brown is not happy on Twitter, man. It's a concern moving forward, but the Eagles, I still think the Eagles win. This is a home game. Very tough matchup for the Broncos. Eagles win. Texans at Ravens. The Texans just had their best matchup of the year. Everyone's looking at the scoreboard. Oh my God, Texans won 26-0. They're back. They're back. Woody Marks, he's insane. They're back. Now, Woody Marks is a good waiver wire pickup for fantasy football, but listen to this. What if I told you the Texans had 6 points? In the fourth quarter? What? 6-0 going into the fourth quarter. They dropped 20, and I don't care. Don't even scratch the four. How do you only have 6 points against that? It was bad. It was bad. Now, the Ravens, we're going to assume Lamar is there. He had a hamstring injury. Realistically, he just wanted to break because he was getting beat down by the Chiefs. Now, the Ravens, it was bad. Like, I think we have to start talking about the Ravens defense as potentially being one of the worst defenses in the league. We saw the Ravens versus the Lions get destroyed. The Lions dropped 38 on them. The Browns, they held the Browns to 17. Not bad, but it's Joe Flacco. The Bills dropped 41. The Lions dropped 38. The Chiefs almost dropped 38 as well. They dropped 37. This Ravens defense is a liability, it seems like. Now, fortunately, the Texans' offense is terrible. Their O-line, specifically, is terrible. Ravens win. And hopefully, Vegas thinks that this is going to be a close game. I'm trying to find if I can see a spread right here. Yeah, I don't see a spread. I'll set the spread myself. I can predict what Vegas is going to say. What's that? Vegas is calling? Ravens by 5.5. I'm taking Ravens spread, bro. Dolphins at Panthers. Now, I haven't seen the Dolphins yet on Monday Night Football. If the Dolphins lose to the Jets, sell the team. Sell the team. Trade Tyreek away. Bye-bye Mike McDaniels. Bye-bye GM. So they are in chaos mode if they lose on Monday Night Football. So it's important. Now, they head to Carolina to take on the Panthers. The Panthers look so bad. Like, how do you get destroyed by New England that bad? I mean, that was terrible. This is a game where, honestly, I have no idea what's going to happen. The Dolphins are 1.5-point favorites here. It's 2 bad teams. Either one of these teams can put on their big boy pants. I don't know why I just did a helmet, but they can do that. And they can pretend to be decent. They can pretend to be a mediocre team. It's like the Patriots. The Patriots just did it in week 4. They can pretend too. So they're in the tier of teams that can pretend to be decent whenever they want. I'm going Dolphins on the road. As the 1.5-point favorites, I'll take them to cover as well. Cowboys at Jets. Haven't seen either of these teams. Now, the Dallas Cowboys, no CeeDee Lamb is going to be a major issue. Ferguson, how involved is he going to be? Pickens, how effective is he going to be? Because usually he's the deep ball guy. How effective is he going to be in between the numbers, in the middle of the field? It's a question, right? Now, the Cowboys are 1.5-point favorites here. This is probably going to be a game you have to bet on in order to make your parlay multiply. Now, the Jets and Justin Fields. I really want to see both of these teams before making a selection. I think I'm going Dallas here on the road. They're 1.5-point favorites. Now, the Jets might put up 40 points. I would not be surprised. I'm going to have to think this one over a little bit more. I'm going to have to watch Monday Night Football. Look for me in the comment section to make the final pick. I'm going Cowboys as of right now, but if Fields looks really good off of the brain scramble concussion, I might switch it out to Jets. Giants and Saints. The Troll Bowl. Can the Saints get their first win of the season? They had the Bills on the ropes a little bit. I was scared. I was concerned. I'm pretty sure the Bills didn't even cover the spread, right? Like, it was a tough game for Buffalo. Kendre Miller. You know, I got Kamara in a couple leagues. In Dynasty, too. I'm holding Kamara in Dynasty until he dies. Kendre Miller might have to get more involved. This guy looked good. He looked like he had some juice. The Giants. I was ready to say that the Giants might be a decent football team. Their defense looked good. Abdul Carter getting in the backfield, some pressure. Sexy Dexy, okay. Malik Neighbors goes down. Now, Jackson Dart is going to give the Saints defense problems on the ground. The rushing upside's there. You got Scatabo, okay. Who's the receiver? Theo Johnson, Wanda Robinson, big play Slay? Little play Slay, bro. This guy's it's not exciting. Not exciting whatsoever. The Saints are dogs by 1.5 here at home. And this Giants defense is better than the Saints defense by a lot, I think. But I think the Saints offense, to be completely honest, even with Spencer Rattler, I would rather have the Saints offense right now than the Giants without Malik Neighbors. Oh, this one's hard. It's in New Orleans. The Giants just beat the 3-0 Chargers. How do you pick them? This is a trap. It's a trap. And I'm going to fall for it. I'm going with New York here on the road. It's a trap. It's a trap. It's like Kyle Pitts. But Kyle Pitts looks good, and the Giants will beat the Saints at home. Titans at Cardinals. Finally, a game that I think I can feel okay about. Now, the Cardinals, looking at the spread for this game, I mean, I don't know what we're thinking here in terms of the spread. Now, the Cardinals at home. Does home field advantage even exist when the Cardinals fans are booing them on national TV Thursday Night Football against the Seattle Seahawks? That was embarrassing. Now, they clawed back. They made you think it was closer than it was. So, all right, Cardinals fans weren't super disappointed. MHJ got the touchdown. Marvin Harrison Jr. and Brian Thomas Jr., these guys have been disappointing. Cardinals are 10-point favorites. 10 points. This reminds me of the Cardinals versus Saints a couple weeks back. It does. And I'm going with the Titans to cover these points. I'm going Cardinals money line, Titans to cover. Buccaneers at Seahawks. We actually have bye weeks this week too, which is actually interesting. We have a couple bye weeks. Bucks and Seahawks here. The Seahawks look okay. The Seahawks defense looks like one of the top units in the league. They're putting up points on defense, not bad. And then you have the Buccaneers, who they hung out with the Philadelphia Eagles. They were getting mollywopped. It was 24-0, I think, at one point. But they look all right. Now, if Mike Evans is here, I'd be a lot more confident for the Bucs going into Seattle. Hostile environment. Baker Mayfield looked good. Bucky Irving looked good. Egbuka looks real good. Godwin had 10 targets, only had 3 catches. I mean, that's not gonna continue for much longer. Now, I'm pretty sure I chose mostly favorites up until this point. So you know what time it is. I've chosen a couple road teams, Giants over Saints, Dolphins over Panthers. Where are my dogs at? Where are the dogs at? Hoo! Bucks! On the road! 13th fan! I don't care! Scam Darnold! The Scamtron says, wrong answer! Give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers right here to beat Seattle. 2.5-point dogs on the road. I'm taking the Bucs with the points. Lions and Bengals. If Joe Burrow was here, this would be an interesting game. I'm not even going to look at the spread. Give me Detroit by 9.5. Let's look at the spread. Lions by 8.5. Again, Vegas is calling, and I'm locked in. Give me the Lions. Commanders and Chargers. Now, this game is on Sunday Night Football. Sunday Night Football. Sunday afternoon, 4:30. I'm hallucinating, my bad. So it's on Sunday. You got 4:30 game, Commanders, Chargers. Surely Jaden Daniels is back. He's had his rest. It sounded like Jaden Daniels might have actually had a chance to play against the Falcons. He didn't. Takes on LA in LA. Tough matchup. Even if Jaden Daniels is here, even if Terry McLaurin is here, who's week to week, I'd more than likely say that Jaden Daniels is back. McLaurin's not back. That's what I think is going to happen. I'm going Chargers here. Chargers are 3-point favorites at home. The Chargers just got embarrassed in New York. You know, the Chargers are 3-0. They just beat all 3 AFC West teams. And then they head to New York, the media market, and they get embarrassed by a rookie quarterback. Can we get Ladd McConkey involved? One catch. I mean, that's just pathetic. Amarian Hampton is here. He had 150 scrimmage yards. Amarian Hampton will perform well again as the only running back available for LA. So the Chargers win this one. They cover the 3-point spread. Patriots at Bills. Vegas is calling. Okay. Yep. Bills 12.5. Bills 12.5 is the spread. Let's see. And the Bills. Oh no, the spread is not even out for this game yet. Oh, it is. All right. Bills are 9.5-point favorites. The Bills keep selling. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I just had that call from Vegas, I was thinking, man, 12.5 points. Like I'm taking the Bills to win by 40. I also thought the Bills were going to cover against the Saints, and they didn't. You know, the Bills won 31-19. I'm pretty sure they were favored by 14.5. So the Bills didn't cover versus the Saints. The Bills didn't cover versus the Dolphins. They dropped 31 points back to back. The Bills are averaging. Listen, week 1, Bills win 41-40. Week 2, Bills win 30-10 and cover versus the Jets. Bills versus Dolphins, 31-21. They don't cover the spread. They only win by 10. The next week, Bills versus Saints, win by 12. The spread was 14.5. Do we get tricked right here? Or are we overthinking it? I think we're overthinking it, man. James Cook is averaging 120 rushing yards a game and a touchdown. His touchdown streak, he's now got 9 games, I think, with a touchdown in a row. I think it's 8, actually. But Josh Allen is going to perform well. It's in Buffalo. It's Sunday Night Football. You stand no chance, Patriots. Not when you're using Travion Henderson so poorly. You're holding him hostage. Antonio Gibson, really? Why is he getting touchdowns? Give me Buffalo by 10. Give me them by 12.5 because that's what Vegas was telling me, man. I like the Bills. I think they're going to cover for the first time in the last 2 weeks. And if they don't, they're dead to me. Monday Night Football. Chiefs at Jaguars. Hattie Ice coming off of a 4-touchdown game through the air. It's best in a while. The Jaguars, they don't look good. They're 3-1. They were 2-1. And they just beat the 49ers. Now, why do I say they don't look good? Because I'm not convinced, bro. Like when the Jaguars run into a buzzsaw of a team, I think the Jaguars are going to lose. I think the Chiefs defense is going to give Jacksonville issues. This is going to be a hard matchup for Jacksonville. It's at home. I get it. Vegas is probably going to have Chiefs as 2.5-point favorites. The Chiefs are 3-point favorites. I'm a genius. Give me the Chiefs by 3. Now, Pat Mahomes and Xavier Worthy. Xavier Worthy being there, it seemed like a whole different offense. It opened up a lot of options that weren't there when Xavier Worthy was gone. He was stretching defenses. He was doing end-around stuff, stretching, making it easier for the running backs running up the middle because they had to play the motion to the outside. So the Kansas City Chiefs right here, I think, continue their momentum and they beat the Ravens. They just beat the Ravens at home by a lot. I get Lamar was there for 3 quarters, guys. So this Chiefs team looks good now that Worthy is back. And their defense unit has been playing well all season. Give me the Chiefs to cover this. And that is week 5 in the books. It feels good. Now, listen. Last week I finished the video. I said, listen, this could be a mistake. Last week I did not feel good about the picks. And I should have 7-6. Embarrassing. A bad week. Down week. The glasses are on this time. And we should be back. I felt good about I feel good. I feel like we're going undefeated this week. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Go subscribe to True Fantasy Review. Thanks for watching. 16-0, 15-0 with the bye week.